Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with another video. This is your boy Joey from Divine Creation. You are infinite. I'm gonna hop right in. No intro, no crazy nothing. We're gonna talk right now about self-concept, okay? We're gonna talk about the importance of self-concept. But before I do that, let me just talk a little bit about, manifestation as a whole and whatnot. And I'm gonna start by talking about this. We know that everybody is you pushed out. If you study Neville Goddard, if you know about the law of assumption, you're aware of it. You know that everybody is you pushed out. If you've tested this law, you know everybody is yourself pushed out. The world is, the vastness of the world and everything in it is yourself pushed out, is your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, because you know that, it should be easy to understand how, important it is to have a healthy self-concept. Now, having a high self-esteem and whatnot. Now, am I saying that, I'm going to just say right off the bat, you do not need a healthy self-concept in order to manifest what you desire, but will it benefit you? Abso-fucking-lutely. You know what I'm saying? You do not need self-love in order to manifest what you desire, but can it benefit you? Will it benefit you? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I'm going to give some examples of, some of the benefits of having a healthy self-concept or having a healthier self-concept. So everything and everyone is you pushed out. So if you have a shitty self-concept, what's most likely going to happen is the people that pop into your life, SPs, family, whatever the case may be, they're going to be reflecting that. You know what I'm saying? Because people reflect what you assume to be true about yourself and in relation to them. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you meet someone for the first time, right? And, you have a shit ton, a fuck ton of negative, views on yourself, right? Negative beliefs involving yourself and assumptions. That person, I guarantee you, is going to reflect something involved with that in some kind of level, right? In my personal experience, it has come up in the form of, me just having an eerie feeling about them, or, that person might actually come up in a rude way, right? They might introduce themselves in a rude way or be smug or cocky, I might interpret it as that way. And it's because, it was a reflection of me. And, that's why it's important to have a healthy self-concept. And these are some of the benefits when it comes to having a healthy self-concept, having a high self-esteem. 1, you feel more calm. In relation to your desire, you feel certain, you feel at peace, right? You don't have those negative views, you're not reacting. These are all benefits from having a healthy self-concept, okay? Especially when it's in relation to your desire, what you're creating in your life. You feel more calm, at peace, more positive. You feel better. You start to look better. You know what I'm saying? You start doing things to reflect that on a day-to-day basis, right? And the biggest thing is, you're not occupying that version of yourself that is surrounded by this chaotic, negative kind of energy, these thoughts and whatnot. There's a Neville Goddard quote. I can't remember the exact quote. If one of you guys know what I'm talking about, the exact quote, just link it below. But I believe he says something along the lines of, you can't occupy 2 masters at the same time, right? This is absolutely true. When you work on your self-concept, eventually it gets to a point where, that's your predominant kind of thing, right? I'm not saying that you're never going to have a negative fucking feeling or thought again. No, but it's your predominant state. And by default, you automatically aren't serving that version of yourself that is surrounded by this negativity, right? The worry, the doubt, the shame, the fear, the guilt, blah, 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 right? You're coming from love, you're certain, you're in a state of knowing, trust, faith, you feel better, like I said. I know I had to reiterate these things because they're very important. But, and of course, these are things that I've noticed for my own self. So those are some of the benefits, that come from having a healthy self-concept. Now, what are some things that you could do to raise your self-esteem, to, build your self-concept? Now, personally for me, I'll give you a little bit of background. I come from a background of the law of attraction, spiritual, real heavy spiritual stuff, like third eye, chakra kind of related stuff. And, but I've always had this kind of sense of the importance of, seeing yourself in a high regard, you know what I'm saying? So when I first started involving myself with the law of assumption a little over a year ago, I already had that in mind. Now, personally, the first half of the year, I was really focused heavily on the desire. I was putting predominantly my energy into that. I was, still working on myself, but then I really discovered the importance of, working on yourself, having a healthy self-concept and all that, and building that, that version of myself, stepping into that version of myself. And these are some things that I've done personally that I have been more engaged with now. Now I'm very balanced. I feel like it's very balanced. I'm balanced in the sense of working on myself, but also persisting in the desire, what I'm creating in my life, right? So some things I've done, and then I'm going to give some things that I feel like may work, well for you, right? The first thing is testing the law. Now, I'm sure you've heard a bunch of channels talk about this. I know I've talked about this in multiple videos, and testing the law is so important. It builds that confidence in your ability to create, really leads you into that realm of understanding that you are the operant power, you are the God or your reality, however you want to identify it as, and that's super important, right? And I'm not going to get too much into that because, like I said, you guys have probably seen a ton of fucking videos on that. You know what I'm saying? It's very kind of self-explanatory. When it comes to testing the law, I mean, you could do something as simple as intending for something to happen for that day, right? Or you can write down a list. I think called the Joseph Ally method, right? Where you write down a list of, I have received X sum of money for the day, or whatever the case, and then you just drop it, what they call drop it, and then see it manifest. But like I said, I'm not going to get too involved into that because you guys have definitely heard a ton of different info around that. So, but that's something that you could do is test the law. Okay, another thing you could do is, and this is something that I have started to do recently actually, is affirming by thought, self-concept related affirmations, right? So things like I am a master at manifesting. I get everything I desire quickly, easily, and effortlessly. Everything I desire comes to me quickly, easily, and effortlessly. I am loved. I am worthy of the love I desire. Things like that, right? Building yourself in that sense, affirming those things in, right? Just as a side note, kind of segue this a little bit, it's important, I feel, to understand that, we're not working on ourselves just to get a result, okay? We're not working on ourselves just to get something. No, we're doing this to make our life better, you know what I'm saying? To live our best life. This is why we're doing this, okay? If you need to rewind that, if you need to rewatch that, that's very, very important. I'm going to say that again. It's very, very important that you understand that, okay? So to get back on track, you can affirm these things on a day-to-day basis, okay? Another thing you could do, and this is something that I personally have been doing every morning, is first thing I do when I wake up is I write down on my little list. I make a list of things that I would like to experience, right? Because I'm constantly testing this law and building my faith and confidence in regards to that. And then after that, I engage with self-concept meditation. The one that I've been using is fantastic. It's by Kim Velez. Shout outs to you, Kim. You're wonderful. And it is called I Am Chosen meditation, self-concept meditation. I'll link that below. And I've been utilizing that, okay? And then I just carry about my day. And, if there's a time where I feel like affirming in my self-concept, I do that. If there's a time where I feel like affirming in related to my desire, I do that as well. So that's something that you could do. You could do those three things. Those three things are very, very powerful ways to, get your self-concept going. Self-concept meditations, testing the law, and just affirming in the self-concept. Now, you can also do things like take actions and whatnot. That's something that I personally done. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, and I I still struggle with this sometimes, is kind of something I'm working on, but I've gotten so much better with it, where, if I say I'm going to do something, I do my best to stick to it. Sometimes, if I say I do something, I might, lose sight of it. Like, I might forget, whatever, but I'm working on that personally. But that's something that has helped me throughout the year and even before that. So that's something that you could do. You can also do other things like, pampering yourself, doing things for you, doing things that make you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've had the idea to start a business, don't put it off anymore. Actually, engage with it. Either if that's fucking whatever that looks like to you, learning how to make a business, whatever the case may be. If you feel like working out, engaging with that too. That's what I mean by like taking action in that sense, like physical action. It's not needed, but I'm giving suggestions here. So just to do a recap, you could do one of those 4 things. You could do all those things. Those are just some suggestions that I feel would benefit you guys. I'll reiterate it one more time. You can take physical actions, things that you enjoy to do, like working out, things like that. You can affirm in by thought, self-concept related affirmations. You could do self-concept meditations. You could test the law. You know what I'm saying? These are all, different things that you could do on a day-to-day basis to raise your self-esteem, build that self-confidence, build that self-concept, and just keep doing that every day. Don't stop. Just because you start to see good results, which you will, don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Make it a habit. Get it to the point where you're just doing it without thinking about doing it. Okay? Now, the meditation aspect, because there might be some people that feel like, oh, but Joey, you're actually setting time aside for that, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I am, but it's so ingrained with me that I do it automatically first thing in the morning without thought. You know what I'm saying? So these are all different things that you could do. So just to do one big recap, if there's anything you take away from this video, it's this. Having a healthy self-concept will and can only benefit you in, for your journey of life, your manifestation journey, and in general, okay? So get out there, comment down below, share this video if you enjoyed it, whatever the case may be. Build your self-concept and just watch as the magic begins to really, really fucking happen, all right? Much love and peace.